They have to at least be even in that category, you think, because the Cowboys have dominated on the glass all season long in conference play.
Well, I'm going to add something else to a must-have. They must have somebody and a plan for Shahade Wells, because he really destroyed his competition last night.
27 points in the victory over Lamar. 10 on the shot clock. Omar Cooper saved to Antavion Collum for 3. Wells gets most of the attention, but this is a deep McNeese team. 4 players in double figures, and Collum averaging almost 9.
Handoff should not be taking place, and it's Tavon is telling his players, hey, space the floor and relax. That we've never done that all year. Don't start now.
Christian Shoemate, part of the McNeese starting 5, almost averaging a double-double, leading the conference in rebounds, 9.5 a game, also 12 points a contest. There's Wells getting in on the Yanks. Then it's 6-0 when you're a Nicholls team that was blown out twice by the Cowboys in the regular season. How important is it for them to try to get back into this game early? That doesn't help. Second turnover already for Nicholls.
They've got to get their composure back, David. They're playing really phonetically, and they've got to get their game under control.
17-hour turnaround for Nicholls after their win last night. First miss for the Cowboys is off a Wells 3, and here comes Byron Ireland.
Well, they're going to have some jitters. Both teams, have a right to be tight. It's a championship game. Winner advances. But you've got to really play and do what you do. Come back to your identity.
Deontay Smith, Nicholls' leading scorer. Tough shot off the mark.
Yeah, that was a tough shot. I thought that was off balance again. Not the kind of shot they were hitting last night.
Javon Garcia to the line. 12 points in the win last night, averaging 12 points a game versus Collins.
And won the game going away. So I really believe they just have to get their composure back and start playing with the kind of aggression they did and they have been playing with lately.
Byron Ireland, all 16 of his points in the overtime win last night, coming in the second half in overtime. Robert Brown III lost the basketball, but saved by Smith. Leads to a Quinn Strander 3. Foul on the rebound.
That was a good possession.
Gray, 18 of his 23 coming in the second half and overtime last night.
Well, he was phenomenal, David. Just played one of the best games of his career.
Smith got up in the air, finds Ireland, drives, challenges Shoemate. Shoemate wins the battle. Ireland saves into the hands of Brown.
Great defensive move in the post. He got around on the backside, came up to steal.
Smith for 3. Got it. Colonel's on the board.
Again, good look. Good ball rotation. Find the open man.
Smith, first team all Southland Conference, 15 a game. Foul before the shot.
Just each come from the other side. Play with a hand across from the middle.
Smith tipping the pass away, and then Jamal West Jr. comes up with it for the Colonels.
That's 2 good defensive possessions in a row.
Rob Brown, long 3, well off. Backdoor feed, Garcia. He'll go to the line for the second time.
He'll get to the rim.
Well, of course,
better than Selection Sunday. I've been a part of it, but I mean, I'm as excited today as I was when I was coaching. It's just a great day of the year if you're a sports fan and a basketball fan.
McNeese looking to have its name called on Selection Sunday for the first time in 22 years. If they lose, despite having a 29-4 record, Joe Lenardi says they're not expected to make the big dance. Smith has all 5 of the Colonel points.
Well, he shows you his versatility. Knocks down a 3, but he also hits the baseline floater under control.
McNeese won by 27 and 21 points in the 2 regular season meetings. Garcia again forces.
You say, well, can they sustain this again in an afternoon game? I think that the pressure is going to be such that they're not going to have that make that a factor.
DJ Richards Jr., best three-point shooter on the Cowboys, buries his first attempt.
You got to play through this. You got to play through what you know is going to be McNeese's best punch. They're going to deliver a lot of knockout blows. You got to still stay standing.
Third three already for McNeese. Michael Gray on the bench with 2 fouls for the Colonels. Rob Brown, his first 2.
That's another example of taking what the defense gives you. That's exactly what you have to do.
How important is it that the Colonels have settled in early?
I like it. They're playing step for step, blow for blow, and they're an aggressive team. They're not going to back down, I can tell you that.
Richards wants another 3, got fouled.
Well, I said we're going to put 2 guys on Dumars. And so that's my version of the triangle, too. That's how good world champion. And he also now is an administrative executive in the NBA and does so much.
One guy,
well,
Dumars.
I mean, he was that good. I mean, they had another kid, I think, Chris Fadjai, that was good. We put a guy in him, too. And, I mean, they were good. Glenn Duhan was coaching, and they were phenomenal. But we had chances to win, David. We really did, and I'll never forget that. But just such a storied career to follow Joe Dumars and what he's meant to McNeese basketball.
DJ Richards hits all 3 free throws, got fouled on a 3-point shot before our last time out by Deontay Smith, who has 2 fouls but remains in the game. Byron Ireland gets his shot blocked. 5 on the shot clock. Brown gets fouled.
Well, that's tough. You get ball. It's the motion that attracts the officials and gets you called against you.
Garcia picks up his first and a fresh 20 for Nicholls. Smith wants another 3. 8 in the early going for the senior from Fort Walton Beach, Florida.
Well, I talked about if they'll be, the possibility of being tired. They're not even entertaining it, David. They're here to win. They're here to play. And you're going to have this kind of effort if you want to beat the Cowboys. They're not going to beat themselves. You're going to have to come out here and deliver a punch.
Ten on the shot clock. Garcia, Shoe made the follow, his first 2.
We've talked about this multiple times. When you drive and you're defending McNeese, you can't forget about Tristan Shoemate. You converge, you try to help on the drive, but you've got to put a body on Shoemate. He's a premier rebounder.
9.5 rebounds a game to lead the Southland, almost averaging a double-double. Brown 60% from 3, his last 6. Tries to drive. Now 5 to shoot. It's Ireland, lays it in.
He's left off. He's picking up where he left off last night. He willed his team into overtime and to help him win that game. Well, help him win this game. But he's got to do that for his team. The Colonels need his aggressiveness, his ball handling, and his fearlessness.
C.J. Felder, his first touch. Now the Conference Player of the Year, Wells, hangs, got it swatted away, but a whistle.
Because he's got a great first step, and he's ambidextrous, almost uses either hand to finish.
37 in a tight loss at Western Carolina. Then in double-digit wins over UAB and Michigan. He scored 36 against the Blazers, 30 against the Wolverines.
It's incredible what he's done against those teams on the road to secure victories. He's a winner.
Colonels have made 4 of its last 5 shots to hang around early on. Smith steps back another 3, this time off the mark. Makai Collins had the ball in his hand.
Go up and get offensive rebounds. And Tavon Sandler has put this together. He's assembled this roster, and he really likes his players.
Brown, long 3. Mike Saunders tips the rebound to Wells. Here he comes. Drives on Ireland, pulls up. Collins the rebound.
Steals. He said, Coach, I just try to do what I would do with a player. I try to anticipate what I'm trying to do, and I just try to, head it off at the pass. That's an unbelievably brilliant answer. And trying to, if you're scouting your opponent, do what you think you would do, and then just get in the way and disrupt it.
Wells, 92 steals coming in, leading the Southland Conference by far. 6 on the shot clock for Ireland. Crossover, pulls up. Offensive rebound.
Defensively, you go up with 2. On the offensive, and you can get a little bit more angle, more verticality if you go up with one hand and tip it.
8 minutes in, Colonel's down 7. Smith, 8 points already. Some contact, no whistle, but ball right into the hands of West, who has to force it. So does Collins, that hit the rim.
Again, he'd have used the glass because he had a point-blank layup, but was concerned about the shot clock time and hurried himself.
Garcia racing down the floor and has a layup.
That shouldn't happen after a timeout and dead ball, and I know Tavon Sadler's not going to be happy about that when he gets his team back in the huddle.
3 Cowboys already have 5 points or more. Smith hounded as he picks up the dribble. 7 on the shot clock. Now Smith is left open for 3. Bingo! Double figures already. 11 points.
He's a guy that can knock down that shot. Deontay Smith, when he's open, David's a 40% free throw shooter. I mean field goal percentage for free. He will knock that down. If you're the Cowboys, you've got to get out and cover him at the three-point line.
Despite getting blown out twice to McNeese, Smith averaged 21 a game in those 2 contests. Off to the hot start here to keep his team in it, just down 6. 8 on the shot clock for Saunders, the Utah transfer. Runs it up, off the glass and in.
That's a pretty shot, just really composed, off the glass.
Cowboys hitting 5 of their first 8, rather 6 of 9 to go up 8.
You see how effective McNeese is at double teaming the ball. They make you play on a short clock.
10 of the shot clock. Brown gets to the rim and a whistle. That's on Garcia. That's his
thing, David. They'll double in the post. They'll double on the floor. They get you to make extra passes.
10 a game when conference play began. Then stepped his play up. Comes in at 14 a contest. He makes 1 of 2. Approaching the midway point of half number 1. Winner to the big dance. Shahade Wells, Southland Player of the Year, 5 points in the early going. 8 on the shot clock. Shoemate backs in on Collins. Collins cuts him off. Shoemate tries anyway, and Collins the rebound.
That's great defense by Makai Collins. He just stood his ground, played straight up, played vertically.
Smith on the drive, that falls, and a foul. The have all conference season long. When does it start getting really tight for the home team here?
Well, the pressure is again on McNeese. The pressure's not on Nicholls. It doesn't mean it's going to help you win, but it's a fact. I mean, McNeese has to win to advance. They're not getting an large bid.
Despite 29 wins.
In his shoes, it's tough when you beat people. You're not going to be able to build your schedule up and build your net rankings.
It'll get worse next year, I guarantee you.
No, there's no way that you're playing McNeese if you don't have to.
And that happens all around the country. High majors just want schedule teams like this. Nicholls is within 1. That's Jamal West from 3. 23-22.
Well, we talked about Nicholls being down, that they're not going to go away. They will fight back. They were down 12, dozen last night. Looked like things were going south. They brought themselves back and won it going away.
Column open for 3. Responds.
That's a huge basket. That's just enough to shake Nicholls back a step. Just knock him back 1 step.
Cowboys raced out to a 7-0 lead. They've been up by as much as 9. And here's the team from Thibodaux, Louisiana. Nicholls hanging around with 8.5 to go in the first. 10 to shoot. Now 3. Smith, 30-footer. Say 40% coming in. Couple of threes here in the first half. Colonel's 47% shooting. 10 of the shot clock. Smith has to force it. Best defensive possession McNeese has had in a while.
Very solid.
Wills gets the step on West, lays it in, and a foul.
To the conference final. That momentum, those extra wins helps your net ranking. So those teams want to advance as far as they can and at least get to the championship to help their cause.
Shahade Wills completes the three-point play opportunity after the Colonels got it to within a point. 6 in a row for McNeese. Rob Brown in and out on the three. And a foul on the rebound on Garcia. 3 Colonels have 2 fouls. Deontay Smith, Michael Gray, and Jamal West. Turnover.
Now, Tavon Sadler not happy with his team for turning it over on out of bounds under. That shouldn't happen.
5th Colonels turnover in the first half. Wills for 3. 10-point lead after the Colonels had it as close as they've been all game.
Now every time they get close, it's Shahade Wills. It just seems to make a play. I don't care if it's scoring, assisting, or making steals. He always seems to make the play to help his team separate.
He's up to 11, had 27 last night in the win over Lamar, most he's had against the Southland Conference opponent this year. 10 on the shot clock. Ireland gets out of the double team. Now 3 to shoot. Gray forces the 3. Here's Wells with the basketball. Only player on this McNeese roster with NCAA tournament experience. Give him the assist. Felder.
It's an 11-point run, and that's what McNeese can do. They play with runs. You've got to weather the storm. You've got to try to decrease the amount of points they put on the board and just play consistently.
And now the Cowboys have their biggest lead. With Ben Braun, I'm David Salzman from Lake Charles, Louisiana. It's been 22 years since McNeese made it to the big dance. 26 years for Nicholls. 6 on the shot clock. West hounded. Try to knock it off. Cooper out of bounds. Instead, here comes Wells for the Cowboys.
A great double team in the block again.
5.5 to go in the first. Somehow the ball got into the hands of Shoemate. 7 on the shot clock. Saunders pulls up from 3. This is an 11-0 McNeese run. Colonels have not scored in almost 4 minutes. Trying to find Collins. Another turnover. Here comes Cooper. Saunders looks open for 3 this time. Turnover department. They were plus 17 in the turnover department in the regular season in their 2 wins over the Colonels. Collum looking for his 3rd 3. Saunders wasn't looking for the ball at first. Says, I'll take it, then lay it in.
With the finger roll. That was a surprise, I think, to have the ball end up in his hands, and didn't want to reload. He's doubling it now. Anytime he's catching it, they're trying to get it out of his hands. So smart defense by the Cowboys. They know what they need to do. They put 2 on the ball right there.
Feed to West, but he misses the layup.
Yeah, they've got to be able to play through contact, a little bit of contact there, but, don't anticipate contact. You're going to get bumped. Go up there strong. They need desperately to get to the free throw line, David. That's one of the things they can do to counteract this aggressive, pesky defense by McNeese.
Well, splits 2 defenders, but got the ball poked away. Outlet, Ireland. He'll go to the line.
You'd heard Tom Crean talk about that, and by the way, I'd love to see Tom Crean back on the sideline. I miss Tommy. You just can't play him the way you normally play people. You've got to do something to make him play uncomfortably. Easier said than done, but one thing you can start with is get it out of his hands, because when the ball's in his hands, he's a threat. He's lethal. So the Byron Ireland free throws in the 13-0 Cowboy run. But the top seed still lead by a dozen as we're under 4 to go in the first. Shahade Wills pulls back, fires the 3. Shoemate skies to get the rebound. Richards for 3. Yes! All off of the Shoemate offensive board. Well, David, how valuable is Christian Shoemate? He gives you an extra possession. He finds his teammate for 3, and there's a knockdown 3 from the corner.
15-point lead. McNeese's biggest. Ireland, the reverse lay-in.
And Nicholls needs more of that, but they've got to get some stops. You know, once you let a team get going like McNeese, they're hard to slow down. They just really play in rhythm. They're playing calmly. You have to find a way to disrupt them.
Joe Lenardi says if the Cowboys don't win today, 29-4, they're still not making it to the big dance. Richards buries this three, his third. It's all Cowboys at home.
It was Nicholls that tried to go cheat the screen, not stay attached, and they paid a price. That was a great fade cut and shot by McNeese. Tremendous job of reading the screen.
Ten to shoot. Brown held in check in the first half and turns it over. Cowboys with numbers. Shoemate. Whistle before the shot. In fact, 7 of 13 so far in the first half.
And they've gotten some good looks.
Shoemate, and the lead remains 16 as we head towards 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
You're Nicholls. You got to dwindle this thing. You got to get this thing down in double the single digits or close to it if you can. You have time, but you got to try to get to the foul line, which they have not done, or they'll try to get some scores inside.
Smith draws contact and a foul.
That's better. They go over and they talk the players at the free throw line. I think that's just really good officiating. I mean, you're talking about a crew here that's just, they've been around and they've done the job for years.
Officials to me, they don't want to be involved in the game where they're blowing their whistles so often to slow the game down.
No, they want players to play. They don't want to make it an advantage, disadvantage. They want to, I mean, they do want to make it advantage, disadvantage. They don't want to, make up things to call. They want the players to decide the game, most officials.
7 to shoot for Omar Cooper. Wells gets by Strander. Offensive rebound, Felder.
Come back. They did it last night.
And they were down big early, got it to within 1 before Shahade Wells paced the 13-0 Cowboy run. Crossover for Smith, now for 3. Roger Dixon blows his whistle. Team at LSU.
That's a pretty big victory. How about that for strike? Roberts, my former assistant, and just grew as a player, grew with time, ended up coming back to Nicholls, and what an opportunity. It's always been a dream of his to be a head coach at college, and he's got that dream come true.
When he was recruited to play at Nicholls, saw where Nicholls was located, Thibodaux, Louisiana, thought it was supposed to be said Thibodeaux. And then, of course, they say go, G-E-A-U-X. He thought, well, that's Cox. Oh, no. But now he's used to the great Cajun culture down on the bayou. They're used to Shahade Wells doing just that, forcing the turnover and the lay-in. Lost his shoe as well. Still going down the floor, holding it.
He's playing.
Makai Collins, the blush.
He's playing high above the rim and just knows angles, knows how to play. Now you're McNeese. You want to get the last shot if you can. No turnovers. And if you're Nicholls, you've just got to make sure you make them shoot, you contest, and you don't give up a second shot or foul.
Shot clock off. 10 seconds remaining first half. Wells with the basketball. Going to drive again and got bumped. Just the way he can create something out of it.
You have to play with early help. Defense is early, offense is late.
He came here to Lake Charles game 16 in the first half with a free throw to come.
Well, Jamie Dixon's a great coach. He's had great picking things out, things work, but it's great to see him find a home. He's found a home indeed here in Lake Charles.
Clock winding down. Ireland with authority, and that's how the first half. Smith, half of the Colonel points with 16. Wells with 17, and his Cowboys shooting 58% from the floor. Second half underway with a berth to the NCAA tournament on the line. Shahade Wells keeps it going.
Well, I must have heard us, David, because he just picked up where he left off. He's a load. You know, you don't put 2 players on him. You put 1 person single cover him. He will destroy you. He's got to step on you, and he's just too good.
5 of 9 from the floor, 7 of 7 from the charity stripe. Rob Brown, the third, drives and lays it in.
Well, both teams explosive to the basket, but if you're the Colonels, you can't exchange baskets. You've got to get some stops. You've got to go on a run of your own.
Just one conference loss for McNeese that came at Southeastern Louisiana. They've won 10 since, 24 of their last 25. And Tavian Collum throws it in.
Well, he does it often. Again, another feed by Shahade Wells. I mean, Shahade Wells gives you one look one way and he passes the other. He's so crafty with the ball. Great finish by Collum.
Cowboys looking for their first NCAA tournament win, or tournament berth rather, in 22 years. Brown fakes the three. Garcia stays in front of him. Quinn Strider with a shot clock winding down. Brown is open for three. He was red hot coming into this tournament. 63% from three in his last 5 regular season games. He struggled in his last 2, including today. '29 wins for McNeese, second most for any Southland Conference team in history. Stephen F. Austin at 32 in 2014. Collum. Strider the rebound.
There's a double team again off the block. They make you pass out, reload, shorten the clock.
Colonels have not led. They got it to within 1 midway through the first half. Strider left open for three. Got it.
And he can do that. He's a fine shooter when he's open, but nice job by the Colonels.
His dad, Quinn, former Nicholls assistant coach, just played 14 games his first 3 seasons. He was more on the scout team and earned a scholarship this year. Javon Garcia buries the triple.
Well, they almost got their pockets picked, but they find a way to rotate the ball for an open three. Good job of recovery by the Cowboys.
Deontay Smith a long three. Yes.
David, that was from the Jersey Mike sign. I'm giving them a little extra publicity here, a little promotion, but that was from the hash mark, the old hash mark we used to call it.
Smith now with 19. But still plenty of work for the team from Thibodaux, Louisiana to do. Garcia fouled. Ireland picks up.
That's his range.
Got Jersey Mike's in Thibodaux. Oh, they got great pasta and Cajun food also. Collum. Oh, shoemate! A shoe slam. They've been waiting for that. He's been on the Sports Center Top 10 multiple times for plays just like that one.
Well, if you didn't know the fans were here and alive, you know it now. They are up and on their feet. It's Joe Dumars' court.
Ireland draws the foul.
How many of these is he going to have? I think there should be a law about how many times you can be on Sports Center. He might break it.
If they kept track, I'm sure he has been on it more than any other player in college basketball this year.
Oh, he's been incredible. Out of Chicago, he's a human highlight reel.
Hours to prepare for this one after their overtime win late last night over Texas A&M Corpus Christi to get them into this championship game. Shot clock winding down, and Smith has to force it. Gray takes it away. Gray for three. He hit the transfer portal, and when Will Wade came to Lake Charles, still hadn't decided to come back, but called Will Wade 6 weeks after Wade officially became the head coach here, said, "I'd like to come back," and Wade didn't hesitate, said, "Come back home."
Might have been one of his most important recruits.
57-40. The McNeese lead early second half with Ben Braun. I'm David Salzman. Cowboys looking for their first NCAA tournament appearance in 22 years. Shahade Wells has been a big part of that. Southland Conference Player of the Year. Finding Garcia for the pull-up. Here comes Smith. Smith on the run. Wild shot goes in.
Well, you know, he has that ability, David. He looks like it's awkward. He goes to his offhand, but he's shown us countless times that he can handle himself in transition, and he's able to use either hand. Great job.
He has half of Nicholls' points. Garcia doubled.
Practice in under double digits.
They were down big early, got it to within one before McNeese run gave them a 16-point halftime lead. Shahade Wills, 19 points to lead all scorers. 8 on the shot clock for him. No look, Felder!
I'm sorry, David. I'm amazed at that pass. Be falling back, looking one way, going the other. Incredible pass.
We talked about his poise. I mean, the poise with the shot clock winding down, and still to make a play like that. Smith fouled. Free throws coming.
Drafter, he gets into a league, and you know he can play it at another level because he's that type of.
But can the Colonels make a run? Still down 16. Wells finds Felder again. This time he settles for the reverse.
Great job of McNeese in transition again after a score. That's a second or third time that's happened in Nicholls. Maybe the fatigue is starting to wear on them. You shouldn't get beat in transition after a score.
Again, a 17-hour turnaround from their semifinal win to tip off today. Seven on the shot clock. Smith wants 3 more. Got it. Red hot day for Deontay Smith, but can his teammates step up too?
Well, I tell you one guy that's not tired. I don't care about 17 hours. He's playing like there's no tomorrow, and for good reason. There is no tomorrow. Great effort by Smith. Just a fantastic effort, individual effort.
Colonels within 14 and plenty of time. Garcia looks to answer and does. Conference tournament?
Well, you do. And, you know, we were fortunate, David. We won it, got in the tournament, got to the Sweet 16, rode back on the plane with Roy Wilbanks, who I just mentioned. He said, Coach, great job this year. Are we going to go to the Final Four next year? And I said, I'm not sure.
Look out. Shumate wants another shoe slam. He'll settle for a trip to the free throw line.
Well, you know.
We asked, well, wait about it. 29 wins potentially, and you don't make it. And I like his attitude. He's
your team to the tournament. That'll be a bitter pill to swallow. And we were fortunate all the times our team got to that. We won the league, but we got to the tournament. We were able to win the tournament, and that we had some one-point victories. And you know, you're going to have to win some close games. You
know, the 2 games we've done, because we saw McNeese in the semis last night, he hasn't been close to as animated as he is now, and he still is pacing, trying to encourage his team to finish this off.
Well, what I'm going to mention, and David, you were there for and the people that have supported him, he wants to give back to this community, and he wants to do something they haven't done in a long time, and he's about to do that.
He says this season has been incredible and tops his list for.
But I know what he's going through. You really want your team to get there, and.
But again, he says this tops the list for all his coaching experiences. He was an assistant at VCU under Shaka Smart when they made their run from the first 4 to the final 4. But he says of this year, and looking for win number 30, just wants to finish it off right. Not just for the team, but for the city of Lake Charles. He says hundreds of people have come up to him and players just thanking them for giving them this experience. It's been 22 years since the Cowboys have made the big dance. Richards open for 3.
Wait, David, you know, you just get used to seeing North Carolina and Duke, and now Virginia's in the picture every year. It's going to be a great tournament. It always is.
68-48, the McNeese lead here in the Southland Conference Tournament Championship with Ben Braun. I'm David Salzman. Cowboys looking for their 30th win and auto bid to the big dance. Rob Brown hopes Nicholls has something to say about that in the final 12 minutes.
Savon Sadler's been great out of timeouts. They drew up a play out of the double team, and that pass was a difficult pass for the 3.
Mike Saunders draws the foul, knocking off Texas A&M Corpus Christi, the 2-time defending tournament champs. 81-7. 1 of 2 for Saunders. An 18-point Cowboy lead. First time these 2 teams have ever met in the tournament title game. They've met over 100 times in their history. How about Deontay Smith? He's tied a career high now, and we still have just under 12 minutes to go.
I didn't see any opening in that play. He just created an opening. Unbelievable finish.
Saunders got it swatted away by Ireland. Smith again. This time passes it off. Ireland, Shoe made the swat.
Well, they had some open players there. I think they overdid it. They had a couple open looks, turned them down, and gave McNeese a chance to recover. Now McNeese and Will Wade say, let's slow things down. We've got the lead. We've got the ball. We're only 10 minutes away from championships Sunday. We want to get there.
Cowboys 61% shooting and 10 of 16 from beyond the arc. 7 to shoot for Saunders. Wills for 3. They remain hot from long range.
You want to put things in a winner's hands, close the deal, put it in Shahade Wells' hands. He makes big plays every time.
He's up to 22. Hanging in the air, Gray lays it in.
Now, Michael Gray's been phenomenal in this, especially last night to get his team into this championship.
Colonels are hitting 50% of their shots and 40% from beyond the arc. That'll win you most games, but against a team like McNeese, such a tall order.
Well, how about this? You better use the ship, knocks down the shot with calmness and confidence, and if you play him hard at the three-point line, he'll blow by you and burn you.
Javon Garcia lays it in, and the lead up to 19.
And he's had a pretty good game himself. Garcia's done a great job for the Cowboys.
Wells called for the foul. East, Samford, Charleston, UC Irvine, 109 wins between those 4 teams.
David, I don't want to play any of those teams. And I've been in the tournament having to play some of those teams. They all scare me.
Cowboys can't.
As fresh as a daisy. I mean, incredible performance.
First team all-league, leader on the Colonels in points, assists, and steals coming in, and single-handedly keeping his Colonels in it. Christian Shoemate forces contact. Jamal West. Alley-oop. Shoemate will settle for free throws.
Get to the tournament. We've got 9 minutes to go, but somebody's going to draw them that's going to wish they did.
Went off today.
Well, I think they can go as far as they want to go. I mean, half the battle is getting into the tournament. If your players believe, if your players believe and you've done it, there's nothing like winning. When you're winning, that's a habit, and it's hard to break a habit of winning. You're used to winning. You don't think you're going to lose.
Deontay Smith continues his torrid game. The Cowboys can't stop him.
And he doesn't think he's not supposed to score because he's just on a rampage.
33 for Smith now, but his teammates with 26, and Cowboys are on 60% from the floor, remain in control as we head to the 9-minute mark.
Well, the Cowboys aren't going to go into a deep freeze, but they're not going to be in a hurry either. They're going to try to play some possessions here.
Wells for 3. Richards dives. Garcia able to save.
That's unfortunate for Nicholls. They had a chance to get that possession, go the other way, and close the gap. But now it's the crowd that's back into this. They feel it for the Cowboys.
They are used to seeing these types of efforts. Cowboys undefeated at home. Wide open 3, Garcia.
That would have brought the house down.
Does Smith give it up? The double comes. He gives it up to Brown for 3. Got it. Colonels within 13.
Well, David, we said they wouldn't go away, and they won't. Davon Sadler's team has a lot of fight.
Game effort from the squad from Thibodaux, Louisiana. Eight on the shot clock. Wells drives. Got fouled. It is low enough where Joe Lenardi says a loss here, which would also be a quad 4 loss.
No, that's one game in your league. How many teams in the country can say they lost one road game? It's just St. Mary's maybe the only team in the country I know that's played and gone through their league with one loss. It's incredible feat.
I mean, it's not going to change, but we say it every year where, look, every team gets into the NCAA tournament according to some sort of merit. But a lot of the high major at-large teams that go to Dayton, I mean, they've had 12 up 15 more chances at quad 1 wins. It helps them when you win just a few. Gets that net high enough. Shoemate, the defensive player of the year.
You'll never find out. I'm all for giving young coaches. I started my career at 23. Didn't really know what I was doing, but I was fortunate somebody gave me an opportunity.
Our crew says Shoemate had possession when he tried to save it from going out of bounds. Ball was in his hands.
It's the right call. Officials made the exact right call. But you can see that the strategy of McNeese is to get a double team almost every time down the floor.
Brown for 3 would have given Nicholls a deficit that would have been as close as they've been all half to the Cowboys.
Well, you take a sigh of relief if you're the Cowboys. You don't want to see it get down to single digits or even double digits. That's doable.
Garcia drives, lays it in.
Well, he's taking a page out. He can do that. Shahade Wells, he can get to the basket in a hurry. Great drive.
Lay-in and a foul for Gray. How long he stays on the bench as Gray had a tremendous second half last night. 18 points to help the Colonels to that overtime win over A&M Corpus Christi. Completes the three-point play. Nicholls within 13.
Now, smart play by McNeese. They don't have to score it, and they've got time on their side.
Shahade Wells is on the bench, but he'll come in at the next whistle. Ten on the shot clock. Garcia finds Saunders. Now with 6 to shoot. Garcia pulls up, buries the jumper. As well as Wells has been, Garcia 17, DJ Richards 15. Wells has had help.
He's been tremendous tonight. He's made every right play. He's driven it. He's pulled up. He's found his teammates. Really, really excellent job by the junior from Columbus, Ohio.
Cowboys continuing to keep the Colonels at arm's length, despite Nicholls outscoring McNeese this half. Gray fires the 3. Yes. Colonels within 12.
I love what Michael Gray's done. The sophomore from Fredericksburg, Virginia, is really stepped up these last 2 nights. He's been incredible.
What a gritty effort by this Colonel team, playing their 3rd game in 3 days. And again, just a 17-hour turnaround from their overtime win last night to tip today. Shoemate gets fouled.
Might have got away with a little row. And so if you can foul Shoemate, you got to change.
No Cowboy with 4 fouls. 1 of 2 for the conference's defensive player of the year.
Well, you're Nicholls. You got to try to get on the board early. Maybe stop the clock. Get back to the foul line as well.
Ireland. Under 5 to go. West spins. Shoemate gets the swat.
All his work done defensively and be on the board and set screens. He's really a great team player. Here's the threat.
Smith, a 3 up. Colonels remain down 13.
They get this under 4 with double-digit leads. It's going to be hard to climb back, but you see the Cowboys not in a hurry. Will Wade and his coaching staff just telling his team, slow it down, play the clock, let's get a good one, but not turn it over.
Richards fires the 3. In and out. Approaching 4 minutes left. Colonels looking for a late run. Inside, West. Foul called.
Great team basketball. It's not one-man show. Every night it might be a different guy. And
My mentors were young too. 1 of 2.
Well, they can close this to under 10 with 4 minutes of the TV timeout time to go. They are in this game. They have come back from double digits. They came back from 12 down last night and won the game.
Wells. Foul called. Shot clock had gone down to 10.
From top to bottom, a Premier League, but a shout out to Houston. I've watched their team. I battled back, David. They've turned that program into just a monster basketball program.
New conference, same result. tops in the Big 12 after a long stint in the American.
No, and go to a game in Houston now at the Fertitta Center. You're in for an experience. I mean, what they've built there has been incredible. We used to take our Rice teams there. We used to get some wins. Not anymore. Those days.
Been 4 McNeese turnovers the entire contest.
That's amazing. Their ball security is good. But, you know, when you have Shahade Wells, you're not turning it over.
3.5 remaining. Cowboys have led the whole way. As high as a 12 seed, according to Joe Lenardi, if they're able to finish this one off. The whistles.
What a coach he was. I hated to have to play against his team. Never got him.
Hey, look, we love him.
And I thought he did a good job. But you're right. Kelvin Sampson deserves the accolades. And you know, I will not be surprised if they're a team that gets there and then wins it all.
McNeese faithful expected a coronation over these last 2 days. Cowboys just needed 2 wins as the top seed to win the Southland tournament crown. They may just be 3 minutes away. Up 15, a long 3 for Brown. Christian Shoemate smacks the rebound in his hands.
Well, again, the double team led to the kick out and then the recovery. That's what they do. They double, they get out, recover, play you on a short clock, and you're trying to rush your shot. The fans sense it, David. You can see it. You can really sense the opportunities here.
Shoemate, another shoe slam with authority. The icing on the cake to an NCAA tournament berth for McNeese. Late whistle.
Pleasure to cover him over the last several years.
Can we get that young man in the slam dunk contest, please?
For good reason. You know, that's acknowledging your crowd, because your crowd took you here too. You didn't do this just by yourself. Your crowds have been influential.
Foul called. 2-6.
Crowd is anticipating. They really want to celebrate with this team. They want to bring it. There were long lines everywhere.
Will Wade brought in much of this recruiting class, including Javon Garcia. All of them coming to Lake Charles for a final chance to make it to the big dance. They're about to get it. Foul called. Christian Shoemate to go to the line with 2 every day. You talked to him today, Ben Braun. Obviously, our thoughts are with him in his recovery.
But I'm ready to persevere. I've got faith. I have amazing support. I'm not in this thing alone. Got faith in God. My team is behind me. They talk every day. And so he's going to come back, and I think he's going to be a big story. He's been the right hand for Tavon Sadler for many years. So I'm glad we were able to mention that. He's watching the game today. Get well, big fella. We miss you. We love you. And you can tell your spirits in your team today, as Nicholls has nothing to hang their heads about. They play with guts, determination. They really, really get the job done.
Shahade Wells to the line. 12 seed to do it. Last 13 seed to do it was LaSalle in 2013. 10 years ago, he'd be thinking more about where his next job's going to be. But these past few months in late, in a 6-week span in 2020, it's the type of damage a city can never totally recover from. That's one reason why Will Sade says winning the conference title is the greatest accomplishment of his career, not just for him and the team, but for this community and the joy he's seen on hundreds of Lake Charles residents just because of the Cowboys' success this year.
Well, he's doing this, and he wants his players to experience what he's experienced, and that's what great leaders do. They want to take you places that you haven't been before, and you really appreciate that years from now.
Two and a foul. Jamal.
You know, Tavon Sadler's on the other side of the coin. He's going to get there. His day's going to come. But you got to go through this before you get there.
It was 1 year ago today, Will Wade was officially hired as McNeese head coach. He said, I hope maybe for 23, 24 wins, and obviously hoping his team can get to the big dance. He didn't expect 30 victories, multiple double-digit road wins over some of the best mid-major, high-major programs in recent years. And now he'll see his Cowboys on to the big dance. They'll see their name on Selection Sunday.
One of the best stories in college basketball. No doubt about it. His story will be told.
What's happened to him the last few years, well documented, but he's been very humble. I mean, we've seen him a few times throughout the course of the year, confident, but humble as well in Will Wade and this team in the run to 30 wins in a Southland Crown?
Well, you know, that's part of you want to grab these moments, hold on to them, and make the most of your opportunities.
First McNeese tournament berth since 2002 when Tick Price, who is the current general manager of basketball in the Southland, was the coach here.
And he's here today, and he means so much to this community as well. He's coached at 3 schools in this league. Tick's an amazing guy. I know he's happy for McNeese and for this league to have this game at McNeese and to see this team go into the tournament. Congratulations to Tick on his new job, and also to the newly crowned McNeese.
Boys are on Selection Sunday. Regardless, first round opponent